In the criminal justice system, the people are represented by two separate yet equally important groups: the police who investigate crime and the district attorneys who prosecute the offenders. These are their stories.
Well, the second part about the attorneys, this episode is about a legal weasel, so maybe when it's Link Hogthrob's week, we can do cops? Huh? What's that? When? Late November. Oh, right.
Order! Order! Prosecution, your opening statements, please.
Thank you, Your Honour. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, hello, and welcome to 70 Years, 70 Muppets, a Muppet fan podcast presented by toughpigs.com. This is the podcast where we celebrate the Muppets' 70th anniversary with 70 straight weeks of spotlights on our favourite characters.
Objection! They spotlit a Muppet Tomato once, and that's no one's favourite character.
Overruled. Please continue.
Thank you, Your Honour. As I was saying, this is the podcast where we celebrate the Muppets' 70th anniversary with 70 straight weeks of spotlights on our favourite Muppet characters, from the most popular to the most obscure. I am your host, Jarrod Fairclough, and the Muppet of the Week is Joe the Legal Weasel, performed by Peter Linz, making his world debut in 2019. Throughout this trial, you will hear witness testimony under oath, evidence that Joe the Legal Weasel is a character from the Muppets, which is a basic human right that no one deserves to have stripped away. Thank you.
Statement for the defense?
Thank you, Judge. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, my name is Eustace Hawthorne, and I'm a comically stereotypical old Southern lawyer. Or am I? You see, the prosecution here is arguing that Joseph the Legal Weasel is a Muppet, just because someone claims him to be. But me, well, I may say I'm a lawyer, but I'm in actual fact just a silly little voice that Jarrod Fairclough was doing into a microphone from his desk in Melbourne, Australia. Does that mean I'm qualified to practice the law just because I said so? No, in the same way that young Joseph the Legal Weasel is not a Muppet just because someone in an office in Burbank, California claims him to be. The prosecution will tell you that this is a human right violation, but I am a proud believer that weasels are not people, just as this one is not a Muppet. Thank you, Your Honour.
Excuse me, Your Honour, he's badgering the jury.
What do you mean? He's not acting hostile at all, Mr. Fairclough.
No, he's literally badgering them. He's throwing badges at them.
Mr. Hawthorne, stop that.
You're no good snitch.
Mr. Fairclough, your first witness, please.
Your Honour, I call Ryan Rowe to the stand. Ryan, please place your hand on this copy of Tales of a Sixth Grade Muppet and repeat this thing Google told me to make you say.
I solemnly, sincerely, and truly declare and affirm that the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Thank you. Ryan, you've run the Muppet fan site toughpigs.com since when?
2007.
So, would you call yourself a Muppet expert?
Those are your words, not mine.
How do you mean?
You wrote this script.
Right. Ryan, the Oxford Dictionary defines Muppet as a proprietary name for any number of humorously grotesque love or rod puppets and marionettes, chiefly representing animals developed by Henson. Would you agree?
Yes.
You yourself once described a Muppet as any puppet character created by Jim Henson and his collaborators, plus characters created after Jim's passing.
I did? When?
On March 10th, 2025, in Katie Lynn Miller's article, How to Define a Muppet.
Oh yeah, where we all put in our own descriptions. Yours wasn't as funny as other people's.
Right. Well, according to your own definition, this would make Joe the Legal Weasel a Muppet, correct?
Yes.
No more questions, Your Honour.
Mr. Hawthorne, your witness.
Thank you, Your Honour. Mr. Rowe, is it true that you kill spiders when you find them in your home?
Objection, this is irrelevant.
I'll allow it, but you better be going somewhere with this, Mr. Hawthorne.
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Rowe, could you please answer the question?
I don't like to kill them, but sometimes we have to.
Mr. Rowe, this is a printout of a tweet you wrote July 19th, 2012. Can you please read what you wrote in response to user ClamGuy69's tweet asking the best way to get rid of a spider?
I wrote, I usually just squish them with my friend Anthony's shoe. But this was 12 years ago. I've changed.
Order! Order!
You are a liar, Mr. Rhodes. You claim to be a friend to the spiders when in fact you're smushing them dead with your friend Anthony Shue.
No, I
Take him away.
I can explain.
Your next witness, Mr. Fairclough.
Your Honor, I'd like to call Shane Keating to the stand.
Well, it's lucky I'm already here.
Mr. Keating, are you aware you have 40 outstanding warrants in the state of Nevada?
I sure am. I'm heading there on Saturday, hoping to make it an even 50.
Mr. Keating, would you say you're a fan of Joe the Legal Weasel?
I'd say he's the funniest character in the whole dang bunch. The way he laughs at his own bad jokes. When has a Muppet ever done bad jokes and then laughed at themselves?
Objection, Your Honor. That's their whole damn shtick.
Name one.
Fozzie Bear, for one, at the Dan's Veterinarian's Hospital, whatever Muppets Wizard of Oz was supposed to be.
He's right.
No more questions, Your Honor.
Well, it's not even your witness.
No, you're right. I think we're done with Mr. Keating. Good luck in Kentucky, sir.
Thanks. Do you, validate parking?
Oh, yes, of course. Your first witness, Mr. Hawthorne.
I'd like to call Joe.
The Legal Weasel?
No, the Hennes. Joseph, you once wrote an article for your website Tough Pigs entitled The History of Joe the Legal Weasel, correct?
No?
Oh, so you deny knowing about this article?
No, I know the article. I just didn't write it.
Who did?
That would be Becca Petunia.
Well, then what the hell are you doing here?
I don't know, man. I got a summons, and I was bored, and TBS stopped running Taxi 19 hours a day. You know how it is.
I think we call this one a misfire.
Agreed. Get out of here, Joe.
Judge, I'd like to call a 4-month recess while I attempt to summon Becca and Petunia.
Granted. We'll reconvene in 4 months. Thank you for coming back. I assume you're all well.
Well, actually, my cat got really sick, and it looks like I'm going to have to put...
Your witness, Mr. Hawthorne.
Thank you, Judge, and may I say your tan looks wonderful.
Oh, well, thank you, as does yours.
Well, I should hope so.
What's going on?
I took the judge on a 9-week cruise around the Caribbean during our recess.
Oh, that feels like a conflict of interest.
It will not compromise my feelings on this case. Now, Mr. Hawthorne, my dear friend and partner on that racehorse we just bought, your witness.
Your Honor, buddy, I call Becca Petunia to the stand. Miss Petunia, could you please repeat that thing Ryan Rowe said earlier in this sketch?
I solemnly, sincerely, and truly declare and affirm that the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. This is exciting. I feel like I'm in that Tom Cruise movie.
A Few Good Man?
No. Vanilla Sky.
Right. Miss Petunia, in 2020, you wrote an article for the website toughpigs.com entitled The History of Joe the Legal Weasel, correct?
I did, yes.
What is the concept of that article?
So the concept was that Joe the Legal Weasel is in fact not a weasel due to the fact that he doesn't have a sharp, pointy nose.
So you're to tell me that not only is Joe the Legal Weasel not a Muppet, but he's not even a weasel.
No, I didn't say he wasn't a Muppet. I said he wasn't a weasel. He kind of looks like the old prairie dog Muppets they'd use. Prairie is also the name of a Muppet that I like.
Objection. Sorry, Becca, but there's a time and place for your prairie fandom, and this is not it.
Sustained. Stay on topic, Miss Petunia.
Yes, sir. The article says that the Joe puppet was likely a prairie dog, sorry. And then he was likely a gopher, then a groundhog, then back to a gopher, but he never was a weasel.
But you say he's still a Muppet.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, how are we to believe anything this weasel says about himself when he's changed his identity so many times? Is he a Muppet just because he claims to be? Because in 1986 he was calling himself a gopher.
Take it from me. Sometimes it takes a while for someone to discover who they truly are. Maybe for a while Joe felt like a weasel, but he couldn't process that or tell the world because he was scared. Maybe, just maybe, If the world was a kinder place to those who wanted to express their true selves, we wouldn't have old Southern lawyers and corrupt judges doing whatever they could to tear these people down. Perhaps mankind, and even weasel-kind, could walk hand in hand or paw in paw. Wouldn't the world be a better place, Mr. Hawthorne, if you just accepted someone at their word who says who they are? If Joe the Legal Weasel says he's a Muppet, then he's a Muppet. What's it to you how someone chooses to live their life?
Well, Miss Petunia, I must declare you have made a good point.
Well, this whole thing took a turn I wasn't expecting.
Thank you, Miss Petunia. You may step down. I've heard enough. I've made a ruling. In the case of is Joe the Legal Weasel a real Muppet, I find that this entire case is a giant waste of everyone's time. Seriously, 6 months ago I was judging a trial about a crazed axe murderer, and today I'm sitting here hearing excuses as to why a sock is or isn't a Muppet? Seriously, who brought this case up in the first place?
It was me, Your Honor.
Do you even have the right to practice law in this country?
No, I have a degree in animation.
The ultimate crime. Bailiff, take him into custody immediately.
No, you can't do this. I have a flight back to Melbourne tomorrow. I was going to drink an overpriced coffee in Federation Square and then visit Flinders Street Station.
And that, kids, is the story of how Jarrod Fairclough ended up in prison. For this last part, so I guess I'll do the credits. Should I do my Jarrod impression? Hello, it's my Jarrod Fairclough. What? No, okay, alright, spoil sport. 70 Years, 70 Muppets is a Muppet fan podcast presented by ToughPigs.com. Hosted by a whole myriad of people and edited by them as well. Produced by Jarrod Fairclough. The Muppets 70 logo used with permission by the Muppet Studio, with thanks to Danny Iglesias, Frank Reif-Snyder, and Lee Slaughter. Don't forget to follow ToughPigs.com on all social media platforms. You can support us by heading to patreon.com/toughpigs or buying a t-shirt at tpublic.com/toughpigs. Ha! Boy, that was fun. I hope you had fun too, Jarrod. Say, are kangaroos real? I don't think that they are, but you can tell me. Anyway, bye.